Ready to master digital marketing and take your clinic to the next level? Whether you're a chiropractor, physical therapist, acupuncturist, or wellness practitioner, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Clinic Marketing Podcast, where we unlock the secrets to attracting more patients and growing your practice. From SEO and website design to social media strategies and the latest in AI, we bring you actionable tips to amplify your online presence, connect with your ideal audience, and outshine the competition. Tune in to stay ahead of the curve and outshine your competition.
Hello, and welcome to the Clinic Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Darcy Sullivan from Propel Marketing and Design. And today's episode is dedicated to our MedSpa audience. It is all about medical spa SEO, how med spas can stand out online, attract more clients, and fill their appointment books. If you've ever wondered why some med spas dominate the top spots on Google while others barely make it to the front page, stick around. We're unpacking proven strategies to make your medical spa impossible to miss. To kick things off, let's define medical spa SEO. Simply put, it's the practice of tailoring your website and online presence so that search engines, especially Google, understand exactly who you are, what treatments you offer, and where you're located. When you optimize effectively, your med spa appears at the top of the results when somebody types in queries like Botox near me or laser hair removal in name of your city. And since most web searches never scroll past the first page, ranking well is a non-negotiable. Now, before we dive into tactics, remember that SEO, search engine optimization, is a marathon, not a sprint. You won't wake up tomorrow on page one by tackling one element at a time. You'll build momentum instead. And that momentum turns into steady streams of new patients. And if you are a medical spa, I've got some extra resources just for you that you can grab on the episode webpage and show notes link. It includes a specific guide for med spas, an SEO training, and more. All right, let's dive in. Let's start by talking about on-page optimization, everything you control directly on your website. This is your content, your headers, your image alt text, your page speed, your internal links, and meta tags all fall under this umbrella. Now, if you're thinking, oh, Darcy, stop talking so much tech to me, again, go grab the resources that we've got associated with this episode, and they'll help you along the way if any of these terms are completely new to you. But let's talk about content. You want to make sure that you have service-specific content. So for each treatment that you offer, let's say microdermabrasion or chemical peels or body contouring, that you want to create dedicated pages for each of those treatments. This helps you target that specific treatment's keyword when it comes to ranking. And those pages help Google understand that you offer those services. It also helps your audience, people that are searching, understand how proficient you are with the services that you offer. You do want to make sure that while you're providing enough information, enough quality information, that you're also doing it in a way where it's easy for people in search engines to navigate through your site and some of these specific pages. So you want to make sure that your content is scannable, that you break big chunks of copy into bite-sized sections with clear subheaders. This helps people go through your website and find specific information that they're looking for. When you go to upload images, you also want to make sure that you rename your photos. A photo like Q3_JP.JPEG should be changed to represent what the image is highlighting. Maybe it's facial treatment medical spa, or maybe it's microneedling in Chicago. You want to include the alt text that mentions your city and the service. You also want to make sure that your website is loading quickly and that it looks good on mobile. Think of how many people are on their phone as they're searching for your services. And be sure to include a Q&A section. So for instance, microneedling, you could go into detail about your frequently asked questions regarding that service. Those Q&A would go on that specific services page. They might be a question about how long is downtime, or is there any downtime after this treatment? How long does the treatment take? Can I go outside in the sun after it? You know the common questions that you get asked, and you also know the questions you wish that they would ask you related to those services before they dive into them. That's a great place to put those. Along with, of course, those gorgeous before and after photos that make it easy for people to see your wow factor. Now, we talked a little bit about on-page efforts. Let's move now to off-page efforts. Off-page efforts tell Google and those other search engines, and now AI searches as well, that your MedSpa is reputable and loved. You don't control these factors directly, but you can definitely influence them. For instance, backlinks. You can invite wellness blogs or influencers to your spa and have them write about you and link back to your website. Or you can do guest blog posts, writing educational pieces for health and beauty websites and including links back to your website. You can also try for media mentions, getting featured in local news and magazines. PR isn't just for big brands. Well-positioned press releases on new services or special events can yield powerful links back to your website. Now, when somebody types in med spa near me, we want to make sure that your listing is front and center. And there are few ways that you can go about owning these searches online. Absolutely, you want to claim and verify your Google business profile listing. That's what controls your Google Maps listing. Make sure that you fill out every field. This includes your hours, your services, your photos. And when you're doing the photos, make sure that you're using real photos, that you're not using stock photos. You want to include pictures of the outside of your building and the inside of your building. You want to use keywords that you're trying to rank for when you're talking about your services on your Google business profile listing and also on your description. Then you can't just stop there. Oh no, my friends. You want to make sure that you look for additional directories. You want to make sure that your spa appears on Bing Places, Apple Maps, Yelp, and other relevant local directories. Consistency with your NAP, your name, address, and phone number is critical. If your med spa has multiple locations, you want to make sure that each of the locations has their own listings with the Google Business Profile, Yelp, Apple Maps, and other listings. You also want to make sure that on your website, you have specific pages for each of those locations. Now, we have seen a number of med spas that are mobile. And if you have a mobile med spa, you're going to want to check out the episode we did all about mobile clinics. It's going to give you some powerful insight because if you are a mobile med spa, you're going to handle things a little bit differently. And I'll include that link in the show notes and website episode page for you as well. Now, nothing speaks louder than authentic quality reviews. You want to make sure that you have a simplified process in place to collect those reviews and that you respond to the reviews, both positive and negative. Address any concerns raised by negative feedback with a professional manner. And honestly, if the review is not legitimate, report it. If somebody leaves you a bad review and you're like, this person never actually came to our MedSpa, or this doesn't represent accurately what took place at all, report that review to Google. Now, I know we talked a little bit about your website, but it's so important. So let's talk about it a little bit more. You want to make sure that your website feels as pampering as your in-spa services. So make sure that you are offering somebody an amazing user experience when they come to your website. That the navigation is simple, that you have clear calls to action, and that the design is clean and loads quickly. Now, while social media doesn't directly boost rankings, an engaged audience drives traffic and brand awareness. So make sure that you have claimed your social media status by grabbing your Instagram and Facebook handles and others, and that you are posting to them regularly. You can repurpose blog content or highlight specific services. You can also include event announcements and educational videos. Short clips like TikTok and Reels help explain treatments and build trust. These views usually translate to website clicks. Now, we also want to make sure that you are using the words that your target audience is using. So we have your basics, right? Which would be med spa near me or medical spa near me. But then we also want to expand the queries that we're trying to rank for. This could be something like med spa Botox or affordable med spa services. You can see how those start to get longer. That's when we call long tail keywords as they start to stretch out. We want to make sure that we are using these keywords on our website. Again, we talked about having specific services pages for each of your services offerings. You want to make sure that you're using those specific keywords on each of those specific pages. And also in your title tags and meta descriptions. And again, if this is all new to you, we've got those additional resources just ready and waiting for you. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little deep dive into medical spa SEO, from on-page tweaks to local visibility, reviews, user experience, and beyond. Remember, successful SEO is cumulative. Each piece of content you optimize helps the others work better over time, and you'll see more organic website traffic and more bookings. If you'd like a more handheld approach to implementing these strategies, please feel free to book a discovery call with Propel by visiting propelyourcompany.com and click Book a Discovery Call. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share with your fellow med spa owners. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Clinic Marketing Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Before you go, I've got something exciting to share. If you're ready to rank higher on Google and attract more patients, you're invited to a free workshop designed to help you dominate the first page of Google without spending a dime on ads. In this workshop, you'll learn proven SEO strategies to attract new patients, how to optimize your Google business profile for local search dominance, and the number one thing you can do today to boost your website performance in just 10 minutes. Plus, you'll receive a patient-centered SEO action plan, a free step-by-step guide to help you take action right away. Don't let your website fade into the background. Sign up now at propelyourcompany.com/learn. Again, that's propelyourcompany.com/learn. Spots are limited, so grab your seat today.